Hi everyone, and welcome back to another exciting keto mukbang, OMAD style. I have got a tuna noodle salad here, and that's right, I said noodle. I've showed the noodles on my channel before. It is the Smart Noodle. They are vegetarian. They are basically all protein. They do have 6 carbs, but it also has 6 fiber. So basically the entire pack is 0 carb. How incredible, right? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to come out with another exciting new invention that I've come out with here for you guys. It's always fun to just rack that brain and just keep coming up with fun, exciting recipes for you guys. I'm definitely writing a cookbook because I have sure come out with a lot. I don't even look these recipes up. I just think of them all on my own and how I can take something I used to eat and turn it keto. What I've got here is the one bag. I'm considering it 2 servings only because I'm only doing 500 to 700 calories in one sitting for my OMAD. But basically the whole thing is like around 1100 calories for it. So I've just split it down the middle. So I got like 550 calories here. It is a whole bag of the noodles. I have a slideshow at the end so you guys will see how to make it again, but I always go over my channel. It is the noodles here, and then it's 2 cans of tuna. I've done mine in oil. I've drained it all out. You could do it in water. Would be less fattening. But I got 2 5-ounce cans of tuna. I have got 1 ounce or 1 serving of cheddar cheese, and I just cut it off and cut it into blocks. I've got 2 servings of green olive, and I've got 2 tablespoons of yellow onion. You could do green onion too, but that's what I got. And then I've got 4 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons of light mayonnaise to keep it light. If I was doing regular, I would use regular mayonnaise. And then I also have done a package of stevia to give it that little bit of sweet, because I'm sure you guys know when you see these noodle salads, they've had that little bit of sweetness to them because they put sugar in it. I've done stevia in it, so it's got that same exact taste. And I'm just excited to share this one with you guys. I have already tasted it because, of course, when I was mixing it, I wanted to make sure the sugar and everything was right. And I've done a little bit of pink salt on it too. Absolutely delicious. Now, when I made the whole thing, that whole recipe I just told you, I'm making it into 2 servings just because I'm doing lower right now. I'm doing 500 to 700 to get the last of my weight off. And but you can most certainly, eat the whole thing yourself or share it with a family member, however you want to do it. Or, if you're not doing OMAD, eat it for one of your meals. Just absolutely awesome. And it's delicious, and it tastes just like when we used to make our noodle tuna salads. So I'm excited about that. Now, before I get started, I always just like to go over something, and I've had a little bit of questions asked to me about the low fat and how you can do that when this is a high fat, low carb diet. I've explained to you guys so many times how this works because it is keto. But let me go over and try to explain it a little bit more in layman's terms, a little bit easier for you guys to understand. I'm going to use an example of 2 cars. Okay, you got 1 car full of gas and you got 1 car that's empty, okay? The one that's full of gas is going to go a long ways, right? That's going to be representing a person that's obese, morbidly obese, overweight, somebody overweight. That's what this car is that's full of gas. It's got tons of gas in it. It's got its own gas. It doesn't need anything else. It's going to run and run and run because this person's running on the ketones, okay? That's why. That's what keto is all about. Any other diet, you could not drop the calories down and be safe doing that. Yes, you would have problems, but not on keto if you have body fat. That's what I'm trying to explain so much. When they talk about the high fat, low carb diet, it's because somebody, when they're talking about eating lots of fat, it's somebody who is healthy that doesn't need to lose weight. But us in losing, and I've taught you there's 3 ways. There's losing, gaining, maintaining. When you are losing, you need to use your body fat as your energy. So that's what it is. That's our gas pedal. Our fat on our body is our energy. That's what it is. So you want to get that weight off fast and, and get into that maintenance mode because you're still not healthy when you're overweight and you're taking a long time to get it off. And a lot of people are going to fail at that. If it takes a long time, they're not going to succeed because they're going to get discouraged. That's what's going to happen. And it makes sense, right? Why would you put a lot of fat in your body if you have fat on your body? Because keto works differently than any way of life. And that's what I'm trying to describe. So when you're using that fat on your body as your energy, you're going to have more energy you could ever deal with. It's because it now does not have to burn its own, it's food fat first, because that's what's going to happen. It has to burn what you ate first, then it attacks the fat on your body. But if you don't put a lot of fat in, what's going to happen then? Your body's doesn't have a lot to have to burn, so it's going to burn all its own fat. And that's why I lost 150 pounds in 13 months. If I had done, and I didn't even know this till halfway in, my brother Rob knew about this, and he did it 150 pounds in under 5 months, because he did it the low fat way, used his body as that. When I learned that way, then I started doing that, and it came off so much faster. So it makes sense. So you got, the one car running on full gas, doesn't need to add any more gas to it because they're overflowed. They're going to use that gas and drive. Then you got somebody that's empty. Now, this person empty cannot go low fat, right? This person empty cannot, cannot keep driving, right? They're going to eventually put, and they're going to stop. That's what a body's going to happen when in ketosis. If you're not putting fat in and you have no body fat, yes, you are going to get ill, sick. You're going to need that. You're going to need the fats to give you the energy. Since we don't eat carbs as our energy, we are using fats as our energy. So this car here doesn't need any extra gas. It's overflowed. It needs no extra gas, needs no extra food. Okay, this person here that has no body fat is running on empty, on fumes. We got to give this person some fat to give them the energy. I hope that you guys can understand what I'm saying there. That is the awesomeness of ketosis. When your body is in a state of ketosis, that is just a big word for fat burning mode. It is either burning the fat foods that the fattening foods that you put in, or your body fat. Either way, it is burning for energy. That's what it's doing. It's a fuel system burning for energy. That's what it is, just like a car. Now, are we going to, if our car is plumb full and the gas is flying out, are we going to add more gas? No. Are we going to add more fat to our body if we don't need to? It's not even necessary. We're going to use its body fat and eat lower fat things, like I'm explaining. Lower lean meats, low fat mayonnaise. We're going to use low-fat cheese, low-fat sour cream. We're going to stay away from nuts and things that are very high in fat oils. We're going to stay away from it, even though all of that is great for you, but not while trying to lose, because it'll take so long to get it off. Why would you want to wait? And if you can do it that way, safely that way, because this is the only way of life that you can do that, why not, right? Why not? Because I don't want to take forever. I've done many diets before where, you have to keep lowering the calorie. You just start to feel horrible. When I first started, before doing keto, I was doing the Richard Simmons diet, which is a calorie diet. So I mean, a calorie deficit, which every diet's a calorie deficit. Whatever you're doing, you have to be in a deficit, whether you're losing or maintaining, whatever you're doing, or trying to gain, which is a surplus. But that being said, I started a diet before this. I did Richard Simmons, which was around 100 carbs. I was eating 80 to 100 carbs, and then I was doing protein around 70 to 80, whatever it was. My body was not getting what it needed, because now I'm eating carbs, so I'm not running on ketones. I was getting very weak and fatigued. I was not feeling good. I did it for 2 months. I thought I was going to die. And I was eating 1,600 calories. That's what they started me at. With my body weight was 1,600 calories. But because my body needed more, because this is a totally different way, keto versus any other way of life. And that's why I'm trying to explain. A lot of people say that all of them are the same. They're not. Keto in itself is unique and different and awesome. That's why our body can run on those ketones, and that's what happens when you get sick. Our body goes into ketosis when we're not eating. God has made it that way. When we go in for surgery, doctors have you not eat because he wants you to be at the safest. What happens? You go into ketosis. That is how God planned it for our body to be safe, and that's why this is the only way of life that you can drop that fat out if you have body fat. Again, if the car is full of gas, are you going to fill it more? No. You're going to run on that gas. You're going to run on your body fat. If you have no gas left in your car and you're running on fumes, what are you going to do? You're going to go fill it up. We're going to put fat in if we're thin. That's what we're going to do. I definitely still have body fat left in my body. I'm a 23 BMI, but my fat level is a little bit higher than my muscle right now. I definitely can afford to lose more. I'm 5'2". I'm trying to hit the 120s. I definitely still have that energy, and that's what I use. And here I am every day explaining this to you guys and have so much energy and feel so good. You see, I'm healthy. The proof, like I said, is in the pudding. I bring real results to you guys, and I've helped so many people that have come over to my channel and said, I was doing it all wrong. I've done it your way, and the weight's flying off, and I feel amazing and so much energy. Because it's keto, you guys. That's the reason, because it's keto. No other way could you do that. It's because it's keto. I'm eating 500 calories a day. I weigh 132 pounds, and this is all I'm eating, and I feel amazing. Why? Because it's keto. I'm in ketosis. My body is giving me everything I need. So hopefully that in itself can explain a little bit better for you guys. I like to explain it in the most easiest way I can, but that's what ketosis is. Just a giant word for fat burning mode. It's going to burn the food you eat, or it's going to burn your body fat, whichever one you're doing for. So if you truly want to get the weight off fast, get healthy, get into maintenance mode, do it the way I'm saying, you guys, because I would never steer you wrong. Like I said, I was trained by 3 professionals. I was trained by 2 nutritionists that study keto and do keto. They do this as a job. It's their job. I don't mean just random people off the street. These are people that I go in to see. And then my doctor, who also does keto. That's why I will explain this to you guys the correct way. And of course, I've done a lot of studying myself too. I've in fact went into my nutritionist and my doctor and told them, and even they said, wow, girl, you really are doing your homework and that's amazing. And I love the way you explain it. So that being said, I would never bring to the table something I didn't know or wasn't sure about, because so many people will come at you saying, nope, I've learned it's a high-fat diet. You got to eat lots of fat. The high fat doesn't mean that's a high fat in foods. It's high fat in foods if you need the foods, you have no body fat. Or if you have fat in your body, that's your high fat. So, and I like to explain that in each video because I'm always getting new subscribers. Maybe they didn't see an old video, so I'll always explain when I'm doing my mukbangs just how keto works and the best way to get the fastest results, the best results, and to get into that maintenance mode and start living your life again. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you understand it. And now let's get to eating. Yum. So I got like 550 calories here. It looks super delicious. I have not had a noodle tuna salad in 4 years. I've been keto for 4 years. I have not had one because I didn't think how to make one. Starting off, I didn't know about the noodle, and I just learned about that in the last what has it been, like 6 to 9 months. I learned about the noodles and I've made some noodle dishes for you guys. But yes, I'm super excited to have this and it's very delicious. I've already tasted it. So let's get eating. I like to keep my window between 15-20 minutes long, so I always do my talking, the most important stuff in the beginning. So, but look at this. You got your tuna, your olive, your cheese, onion, tuna salad. Now these are fettuccine noodles. I know when we would make the tuna noodle salads, it was always like the elbow noodles and stuff. They do sell different shaped noodles. It's just that I got this one because I wanted them to be that way. You could even cut these to make them smaller. Mmm. Yum. I show a slideshow. This table wiggles so much. I show a slideshow at the end, like I tell you guys I always do, and showing you how to make it, and then I'll write down in the box how to do it too. Remember, these noodles here, when you get them, they kind of have a fishy smell to them, so they recommend that you rinse them really, really good. I rinse them for like 3 minutes, and I showed that I rinse them for like 3 minutes. And then because I'm making this cold, instead of cooking them, they said you could cook it on the stove or cook in the microwave. I just laid it on a plate, cooked it in the microwave for a minute, took it back out, and then rinsed cold water to make them cold again. It just helps to get some of the taste off. If you don't rinse it off, yeah, it's going to have a really strong fishy taste. But if you rinse it off, they're delicious. And I know a lot of people that have already tried them and love them. Mmm. So yummy to have noodles, you know. Yum, yum, yum. You could do this with chicken salad too. That would be really good. I love the onions and the olives in it. You know, most of the tuna salads are made with peas. Everybody puts the peas in it. We can't have peas on keto. So I did yellow onion. I intended to do green onion, but when I went to the store, they were out. So I decided I'll do the yellow onion for now. The green onion would have been less carb. Let's see what I would have for carb here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 4 carbs. 4 carbs for the entire thing. This is only half, so it would only be 2 for me that I'm eating, because it would just be the cheese and the onions. So that's all it is, because the onion, I only did 2 tablespoons of onion. There's nothing in the olives, but I shouldn't say there's nothing. A lot of times they'll say that olives are 0. Sorry, I was talking about the olives. Olives are not 0. So I'm gonna say that this whole thing with what the serving I did is going to be 6 carbs. Total, I said 4, 6. So I have 3 carbs here for my serving, because olives do have carbs in them. I forgot about that. For some reason, my jar was saying 0. I know it's not 0. That's another thing that you guys have to learn too, is a lot of times when you say 0 on something says 0. I have learned as I went along, and I've been taught and learned that there are things that do have carbs in it, even though they say 0. Because it's so small, they can write 0, but you'll learn as you go that there are things that have carbs, and that's where it kind of knocks people out, because we're only allowed to eat 20 carbs a day. 6 in one sitting, no more than that. Right now, I basically almost do 0. I only do the 1 meal. You can do 0. It's never going to hurt you because we're in ketosis. So don't think because I'm doing one meal, it's like, oh, how do you get all 20 carbs in? You can go zero, you guys. You do not have to eat your carbs. So, but anyways, but yeah, so it's just, you know, like important to, kind of lost train of thought here. Oh, the carb count. Like things that are saying zero, you'll learn that they are. Some cheeses say zero. They're not zero. They are definitely a 0.5 or to 1 carb. Of course, the shredded ones, because they're made in a bag, they're made with to put a little bit of cornstarch on it to keep it so it doesn't stick together, the shredded cheeses. Those are okay to eat. But those ones, because they have the cornstarch on it, are going to be 1 carb. But also like a block of cheese, which is going to save you on cheese, is going to be like around a half a carb. So you'll learn as you go. But things that sometimes when it says zero, it ain't always zero. So it's good to study and learn that. I can teach you on my channel too the things that I know that have carbs that say zero. Oh my God, this is so good. I have not had one of these salads in so long. But yeah, make sure you rinse these noodles really, really good. I did rinse mine really good, but because I'm doing it with tuna, it has a little bit more of a fishy taste because I have tuna on it. But yeah, just make sure you rinse them really, really good before cooking them. Mine might be a little bit more because I did not, after I rinsed them, I did not boil them. I did not want to boil these noodles. I looked on the pack and it said you can also cook them in the microwave. So I just did that real quick because I was going to cool them right back off anyways. I almost wish I would have boiled them a little bit because it does have still a little bit of a fishy taste on it. But again, that can be taken off. Don't you guys worry about that. It's just the way I cooked it. Just boil them. Rinse them real good for 3 minutes. Boil them for a minute or two. And then when you're doing the cold salad, just run it back under cold water again just to rinse them to make them cold. This does not taste disgusting, just so you guys know. It's just because I did it with tuna. And then the noodle itself has a little bit more of a fishy taste. So, yeah, it's not horrible. I mean, there's people out there that love this taste. I'm one that likes, like, my tuna not to be too fishy. So, but this is very delicious. The noodles, like I said, I use fettuccine, but there are noodles that are smaller that you can use with this. You could cut these so that they're smaller. Smaller shaped. I think that would be a little bit better for me if they were smaller shaped. But, oh, I have missed a tuna salad. And I love it with that little bite of, or little package of stevia in it. Because all those tuna salads have that taste, you know. Yum. So good. God, I've missed that taste. I'm going to write a cookbook, you guys. I have come up with so many ideas. Like I said, I'm definitely going to, I've been jotting all these things down and everything, and I definitely want to make a cookbook because a lot of recipes online that's claimed to be keto are not keto. If you look into it, you start studying it, just like I know, like seasonings and stuff, when they're adding all these seasonings, and even seasonings has carbs, even though they say zero, they have carbs. So a lot of times that isn't true keto, but mine are true keto. When I make my meals, they are true keto, and I'm telling you the exact carb count on it because I know. But a lot of these recipes that they're making are not keto. So I like to make my own recipes. I like to just do my own because I know exactly when I'm doing them. And, you know, some of these recipes that you guys see online that claim to not be carbs or whatever, or, you know, something that's going to be less carb than it is, and you'll learn as you go along. A lot of these ones are made with so many seasonings. Seasonings have carbs. They do. Every one of them out there except for pink salt has carbs. Pink salt or sea salt. And pink salt being the best one to have or whatever. They are zero. But pepper and garlic and onion and sea salt or seasonal and obey seasoning and garlic. I mean, just everything out there has carbs, even though it says zero. I have carbs. That's why I always tell people to go light on the seasoning. But yeah, you see these recipes and they're like, you know, tablespoon of this and a tablespoon of this seasoning, everything. I'm going, oh my gosh, right there, I've just added up like 5 carbs where they've said it was 0. So yeah, do not, you know, learn. You guys got to learn the true way of ketoing. Because if you're not doing keto correctly and you're going out of ketosis, because you're slightly going over, then you're not getting enough, you're not in ketosis, so you're not burning that fat, you will feel a little bit more weak and stuff like that. So it is important to stay within, you know, your carb count, only 6 in one sitting, 20 in a full day. You do not have to eat any carb. You can go 0. You can count it as a net. You can count it as total carbs. Total carbs is where you don't deduct the dietary fiber. That's a total carb. That's even better because you know you're within your carb count then. But you want to stay in that frame, because if you get slipped out of ketosis, and the way to know that is to buy those ketone strips and urinate on them after you've eaten certain things, just to see if you're staying in keto. Because if you feel a little bit more weak one day or fatigue, it'll tell you. Once you've been doing keto a long time, you know your body. You'll learn when you're out of keto. It does. It just feels icky, and you don't feel as much energy and all that because your body has slipped out of ketosis, and now you're not getting enough carb to give you the energy you need. Because if you're not in ketosis, you need more carb for energy then. So it just makes sense. So, but yeah, it's like you'll learn, you know, it's not as hard as people think. Like keto is not that hard to do, but you do have to give up a lot of stuff. But in reality, there's so many good things to eat, and your health should mean more to you than any food in the world, you know. I have people that tell me, I can't do it because I can't give up my noodles. I can't give up my, well, first off, here's noodles here, but can't give up my noodles. I can't give up my bread. I can't give up this. What means more to you, your life or bread? You know, I mean, that's where it's a food addict thing, and you got to break that in yourself, you know. I'm getting so full because this is mostly protein. Let's see what it is. Oh, no, these aren't the protein noodles. Sorry, I'm saying something wrong. These are 2 grams. The serving size is, the package is 2 servings. So it'd be 4 grams of protein. Sorry. But I don't know. These ones always fill me up. They fill me up so much. Like, I always only do half the pack because they fill me up so much. And I never force myself to go any farther than, you know, when I get full, I'm done. Most of the time I get everything in, but sometimes I don't. You know, and that's okay. So, but yeah, oh God, this was just so interesting to have, like a noodle salad. Yum. I was going to cut these noodles. I wish I would have, because it's like, you know, this is more fettuccine. The noodles or whatever, I was going to cut them so they'd be smaller. I couldn't find the kitchen scissors. Oh. So, but this was delicious. I love it. I got a couple bites here. I'm very, very full. I just have a couple bites left of it, but absolutely delicious. You guys definitely try this out. You know, you can do it in different ways that you like it. Like I like the olives in it and the onion. If you don't like olives and onions, you'd have to definitely do it with just like the cheese, maybe green onion if you like that. And that, maybe there's another veggie like you make celery. Celery would be good in that. I don't even think about that one, but it's so yummy. Just make sure that you do rinse those noodles really, really good, because they do have a fishy taste to them. And I would recommend, just because I had done mine in the microwave and I almost wish I would have boiled them, because when you boil them, it does take some of that taste away too after you've rinsed them. And you do that, because this was a little bit more fishy for me. I still love it. Still delicious. But when you're taking tuna fish and something that has a little bit of a fishy taste and mix it together, it's going to be a little bit stronger. I'm one that likes things that isn't real strong, and even I liked it. So I know you guys are going to like it a lot. I'm just so incredibly full. So I think my serving I did was a little bit bigger anyways. When I was pouring it out, I was like, I was, you know, so excited to have it. And when I poured it out, it looked like the other part of the bowl was a lot less than this, but that's okay. I had a little bit more. So maybe I was closer to 600 calories. But the count for if you did it halfway would be 550 then. So, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you're learning a lot from me. Hope that, you know, I'm able to explain it in a layman's term, an easier term for you guys to understand how ketosis really works. It's not like any other way of life. It is absolutely amazing. It is changing America. It is going all the way back to Bible time. That's what it's doing. So it's really going to change America. It really is. And if you guys learn it the correct way and you do it right and you get the weight off fast, you're not, you know, you're not going to have that point where it's like you're going to give up because it's taking so long to get it off. I got it off so fast. My brother got it off so fast. I have hundreds of followers that follow me that do it, and they've gotten their weight off fast. My good friend Monica, in 16 months or whatever, she's lost almost 150 pounds as well. Again, in the very beginning when I was teaching her, I didn't know this, you know, about it. Well, I was already in, but I didn't know a lot about, like, you know, I had met with my nutritionist and all of that and everything, but we weren't really talking about the fat intake because my body, you know, in itself was already going up. I didn't want to scare somebody away with the high fat part. Thought, you know, well, they'll still lose and this and that. So, but when I learned and I taught Monica the right way, she started doing it and the weight just started flying up. But in the beginning, I tell people in the beginning anyways to, you know, eat more fat anyways in the beginning to, you know, just to get into ketosis quicker so you don't have to go through that keto flu and all that. I do recommend that you eat like a lot of meat and a lot of fats in the beginning just to get you into that ketosis and all of that. And then after that, start lowering it down and use your body fat as the energy. I've learned so much, you guys, and I know exactly how this works. I'd never steer you guys wrong. Everybody take care. God bless, and I will see each and every one of you in my next upload. Subscribe if you have not yet. Hit that like button if you like this video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these, you know, videos that you enjoy, my lives, and all of that. I love you guys. And always remember to keep it keto.